G'day there, podcaster.
And today,
I thought you were going to do it.
I thought you were going to do it.
Oh, I can do it if you want.
Oh,
you
yeah.
want me to get the thing?
Yeah, I was going to do the bit back at you. Oh, now it's
Okay.
awkward now because now everyone knows we planned a bit.
No, now.
No, this is how. So
Hang
you
on.
say what we're going to do, and I'll do what I was going to do.
Okay, right, okay. G'day there, podcaster. This is a special little edition. We packaged together all of our favourite BS meters.
Ben, I think you're telling the truth.
Okay, now I get what you wanted to do.
That's how I had it in my head.
I am telling the truth. This is some of our favourites. Please enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You ready?
stop what you're doing and listen.
Live across Australia.
It's radio.
This is Ben, Liam, and Bell on Nova.
13 24 10. It's very simple. You call up, you tell us a story. It could be true, it could be BS. If we can decipher truth from false,
From fiction?
fiction's the word I wanted there, you win yourself a $100 gift card.
All right, Melanie on 13 24 10. You're kicking it off tonight. Tell us your story.
Well, me and my friends were coming back from drinking one night, and I had a really long driveway, and they had all started walking towards my house, and I stopped at the driveway looking for something, and I looked to my left, and I swore that I'd seen my neighbours taking out a body.
Whoa.
What? Melanie, can you describe what did you see?
It looked like off the movies, straight off the movies, like they were just carrying, two people, and they were just carrying a body, straight up carrying a body into a car, off the movies. And no one believes these. My friends didn't believe me. They're like, we've been drinking, because I wanted to call the police. And they were like, no, you're crazy, girl.
Yeah, I mean, because it sounds crazy. It's a crazy story, but getting the BS meter out, and I've got to say, your friends don't believe you, but we do.
It was, in fact, true.
How do you
Oh
know
my
that?
gosh.
Because it was on the news. The police were all over our street. They had blocked it off. My neighbour went to jail and everything. It was
Oh
full
my
of
gosh.
You should have told the
blood
police.
and-
Didn't call.
Well, obviously, but now I can give it back to my friends forever because I was right.
And that's the real
And
point
it
of
was
this whole
just-
story.
They gaslit me. They gaslit me so bad.
They did. 13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz if you have a story to test out our BS meter. Matthew in Sydney, what's your story?
Hey, mate, how's it going?
Good, matey.
My story, me and a mate at a pub in Randwick about 10, 12 years ago, we see a tour bus. It's got Guy Sebastian's face on it outside a pub. And we took the where you put air in the tyres?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We took the caps off of that, and we took all the caps off the tour bus, and some guy starts chasing us out of the security entrance on the side of the pub. And we run into my mate's house, and then knocking on the door is Guy Sebastian himself.
See, I love the story. I'm just getting the BS meter out now, though,
Yeah.
because I think it's bullshit for a couple of reasons. I don't think Guy Sebastian would have his face on the side of his tour
Yeah.
bus. And then if you caught someone stealing the caps off of your tyres, I don't think Guy Sebastian would be the guy to approach you.
Nah.
It's true, and he even signed my mate's sister's album. She had an album of him at a time. This is back when CDs
So you're
were
telling
about
me
30.
you stole the caps off of his tour bus, ran away, he chased you, came to your house to get them back, and then signed an album?
Yes.
There's a part of me that still doesn't believe you,
It's
Matt.
such a wild tale, and we know the guy. Well, Guy, yeah. And he...
Maybe,
He's lovely.
Matt, this is your last chance. Next time we have him on the show, we might need to cross-check.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
I definitely want to ask him that. Jamie in Sydney, we have the BS meter here. Tell us a story. We'll work out if it's true or false.
I was younger. I would have been maybe 14, 15 at the time. And I got suspended from school for fighting. And as punishment, I had to mow at least half an acre of Jimmy Barnes' lawn.
Why
What?
Jimmy Barnes' lawn? Why?
Because at the time, he was a client of my stepdad.
Right, okay, that's a bit more believable, I guess.
For sure.
Okay, so then
However-
as punishment, your stepdad said you need to mow this guy's lawn, and it was him.
Yeah,
He is a...
as punishment for fighting.
famously he's a working class man, so you'd think he does his own lawns.
Oh, yeah, but I reckon he's a bit past that these days. Like, even if it was a while ago, still. What do we reckon?
Yeah, I believe that more than the last one, I reckon.
see,
I reckon
hang on.
you mowed Jimmy Barnes' lawn.
Did you?
It is true.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, there's a bit of a music theme through the BS meter this evening. Adam, does yours have anything to do with the musician?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, what's happened?
So about 20-odd years ago, I was working as a delivery driver in Sydney, and I was driving down George Street down the main road, and I saw somebody get grabbed and thrown into the back of a van, so I assumed they'd been kidnapped. I then proceeded to chase them in my delivery truck for about 10 or 15 minutes whilst on the phone to the police.
Mm.
Anyway, long story short, it turns out they were filming for a TV show, one of the TV shows back then. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but so it wasn't actually kidnapping at all. It was all staged.
See, it's semi-believable, but then I'm worried, like, why didn't you see any cameras?
Yeah, and it would have been blocked off, surely.
And back in the day, it's not like there was just GoPros and that sort of stuff. This is 20 years ago. You've got chunky TV cameras. Let's get the BS meter out.
It's a tough one.
I think you're having us on.
Bullshit.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's a true story. I think it was called Young Lions or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Might have to check it out.
You got us,
annoying
Adam.
though, because you ruined their whole shoot then. They were like, damn, this guy.
You have got yourself a $100 Ultimate gift card.
Ah, awesome. That's great. Thanks, guys.
No worries at all. If you've ever got a story and you want to test out the BS meter, 13 24 10 is our number.
The Ben, Liam and Bell podcast.
In the wildest claim ever, Sarah Jessica Parker has said that she reads 2 books a day, which I'm sorry, but I'd love to get the BS meter out and claim absolute BS.
What are they, Mr. Men books, like Mr. Happy, Mr. Smiley?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No one's reading 2 books a day. Even if they were audiobooks, I don't think. Like, if they were, like, proper novels, right, there wouldn't be enough time in the day.
You'd have to have it on, like, 5 speed if it was
Is
an
she
audiobook.
a computer? Is Sarah Jessica Parker saying she's, like, artificial intelligence? She's just scanning like a machine?
Look, who are we to judge? 13 24 10. If you also have maybe a claim or a story that could be BS, or maybe it's incredible and it's true, we love doing this.
We have got tickets to give away to the movies The Extreme Screen at Hoyts. So start calling 13 24 10. Tell us a story. If you can trick us, you win the tickets.
Let's kick it off with Rob. Good evening. Tell us your story.
I was in Cambodia on a holiday about 5 years ago. I had a very upset stomach, so I went racing into the toilet. It had one of the slow-closing toilet seats, and as I sat down quickly, the old fella whipped up and got sandwiched between the seat and the porcelain.
I don't fully understand how your hog and berries got stuck in the toilet seat.
Yeah, that's like, you got to do a bit of a dance to get that to
you
happen.
crushed your horse in Cambodia. I got to say, Rob, I'm getting the BS meter out here, and I think we believe you.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was one of the most painful nights of my life.
I can imagine.
How's the hog doing now?
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Finally recovered, but oh my God. When you got 120 kilos sitting on the tip of your old fella, you certainly know about it.
You should have called for gory stories tomorrow night.
Oh, Rob, brutal.
Kirsty, what's your story?
So I was a hairdressing apprentice in the Brisbane city, and I had worked for a really great hairdressing colourist. And he got a phone call one day saying they need the best colourist in Queensland to come do Kate Hudson's hair while she was doing Fool's Gold in with Sundays. And he doesn't pick up foil; he has it passed for him. So I got to go to Whit Sundays and pass foil while he did Kate Hudson's hair.
Whoa!
Yeah, I mean,
it was pretty epic. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, it's obviously very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kate
And I
Hudson.
got to get photos with her, and she's gotten autographs for me. She's such a nice person.
And that's
yeah.
it. I reckon it's a fairly big name, but it's a weird name to make up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you were making it up, you'd be like Angelina Jolie's hair.
And
or
the way you were talking, you sound like you're in the
You sound
field
legit.
of hairdressers.
I don't know. Let's get the BS meter up here. But I think you're telling the truth?
I'm sorry, I didn't go to the Sundays. My boss did, but I didn't get to go.
Oh, very good, Kirsty.
God damn.
Truth
So I was
there.
like, why Kate Hudson? Like, why? Like, that seemed like such
Because
a rogue
she did Bill's goal.
Yeah. No, I get that. You just weren't there. Yeah. So once again, you're close to the truth, and that's what's got us there. But you've got one over us.
Very good.
Thanks, Kirsty. Caroline in Sydney, tell us your story.
Hey guys, just so you know, I'm just like Jessica. I read 2 books a day.
You don't, Caroline. You do
So
not.
how long does it take you to read a book?
Probably about hour and a half, 2 hours.
And that's like a proper book, like a novel?
Yeah, it's a real book with real words in it and everything.
Okay, Caroline. So do you work?
Yes, I do work. I tend to read on the way to work. I read in my lunchtimes and I read when I get home at night. And I get through a couple of books a day.
Okay, well, you've read 2 a day. This should be easy off the top of your head. What are the last 4 books you read?
Landfall, Revenge. I'm currently reading some rubbish, so I'm reading Danielle Steele Upside Down. And I also do a bit of Greg Hurworth, so that was, what's the name of that one? That was, I think it was Night Agent or something like that.
No, you do sound quite intellectual, but I don't know if it's just the accent. But all right, Caroline.
Not too much about that one.
It's convincing, isn't it? Let's get the BS meter out. I think you're telling the truth.
I am.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. All right.
This is
Okay, so
incredible.
you believe it. You think you're saying you can, like, you think it's possible to read 2 books a day?
It is. Look, it's hard work. I work longer hours now, so it's not normally down to 1, but I used to do 2 a day easy.
Wow.
But I'm a speed reader. I
must
can't
be.
help it. Yeah, no, if I read a page and my family read a page, I'll be on to the second page and waiting for them to finish the first page.
You're skimming.
Kate, this just takes me back to Kath and Kim. Kath reading books. I don't know if you guys remember, but she'd just go frisk over it with her finger and she'd go, "Yep, done." And that's how I picture you, Caroline. Thank you so much, Mark in Brisbane. Good evening. Now you've got up 13 24 10 to test our BS meter. Tell us your story.
So I went skydiving in Great Keppel Island with a group of other people. There was 4 other divers. I was the third one to go out, and everyone sort of shoot open at the same time, but mine didn't open straight away, and I didn't think it was going to open, and I was flying past them, and I nearly shit myself, I think.
Right, and so it obviously opened in the end?
It did open, yes, but I kept on falling when everyone else's chutes were open.
Yeah, right. And so it was like a tandem thing, or were you doing this by yourself?
Tandem, yeah,
You're not getting.
I mean, that's believable,
It
right?
is
It's a believable story.
Did the sometimes there's like the chute, then there's like another emergency chute that just goes off at a certain altitude. Was it that second chute that opened, or?
No, I kept on falling, and everyone else's chutes had opened, and I thought I was going to hit the ground.
Did you injure yourself, Mark?
No, not at all.
I'm getting a vibe. I'm getting a vibe.
Yeah,
Let's get the BS meter out. Are you trying to have us on, Mark?
Yeah, I am, guys.
There was just something about
You
it.
know what it was? It was the short answers. You
It was
didn't
just,
give us a lot.
No, the BS meter went off there, Mark. Thanks for trying, though. I appreciate that.
We do love it when you try. If you ever want to play 13 24 10 to share your BS story.
The boy who lived, come to die. I think I'll leave the impressions to Liam.
Yeah, we do this every week. You just call 13 24 10 and you tell us an incredible story, something that you don't think we would believe, or you could just make something up. And we've got a test with our BS meter if you're having us on. 13 24 10 is our number. Let's kick it off with Carrie. Carrie, good evening. Tell us your story.
Hey, yeah. So I was about 12. I'm 63 now. We were at friend's farm. We're in the back of a ute. There were probably 10 people spotlighting. Midnight. We hadn't even caught a fox. My dad throws his hands up in the air as if we couldn't even catch a rabbit, and brings down a duck in his hand.
So he stuck his arm up and a duck flew into his hand.
Well, duck just happened to fly into his hand, and he goes, "Got a duck."
What?
Yeah, you know what? We're getting the BS meter out now, and I think you're telling the truth.
Oh, absolutely. I was 10 and I'm 63 now, and I just told my dad this story at his 90th birthday last weekend.
That's so good. We couldn't even catch a duck in the hand.
And you let the duck go and it lived happily ever after, yes?
I don't think you want to know the answer to that, Belle.
Yeah, that was Peking duck for sure. 13, 24, 10. If you've got a story, true or false, we'll test out our BS meter. Tegan in Brizzy, what happened to you?
Hey, I was out fishing with my family and ended up catching a pelican with the hand line.
Yeah, okay. I'll get the BS meter out for this one. You're telling the truth, right? You caught a pelican?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I believe it. It was pretty straight up and
Hang
down.
on, Tegan, how? What?
Well, she was just fishing, and then a pelican's obviously taken the bait, and obviously we'd release the pelican after that. But that makes sense.
Or you just had your line out and a pelican swam across it and it got tangled up.
Yeah.
And then you cut it free, yeah?
Oh, no, I wasn't able to. It just sort of took off with the line on it.
Yep. But it had a bit of gusto about it when it flew away. It looked all right.
Yeah, it looked fine. Yeah,
Oh,
it would have been all right?
Hopefully. Me and my family often joke about it catching a fish or something.
That's good.
Okay, so that pelican's in a lot of pain and it probably
pelican just catches
suffered.
a Tommy Ruff or something just on the handrail.
No. All right.
See, I mean, pelicans, they've got a big gullet on them. They can eat a lot of fish, but you give a pelican a fishing rod, it'll never go hungry.
Stop.
New necklace, Gary.
Stop. No, we're having no more catching of animals stories, please.
Ange, in Melbourne, did you catch an animal or is it a different type of story?
Different type of story, guys.
Okay, go for it. Good.
A few years back, I was living in London and I was sitting at home on a Friday night watching TV and I got hit with a petrol bomb in a case of mistaken identity. It was gang-related.
Oh, my gosh.
For real? I mean, you said that sort of with the tone that you were hit with a petrol bomb. I'm just going to get the BS meter out. I mean, it's obviously a tall tale, but I think you're telling the truth.
I am telling the truth.
That's crazy.
Oh, man. I mean, were you, in a car or were you inside, sorry?
No, it was in my living room. So, there was gang-related. It was local turf war. And they got the wrong house. They broke the window, threw the petrol bomb at my head, hit the back wall. I got shot in petrol and set a light.
Oh, and Ange, I mean, obviously you're okay.
I am now, yes. Yep.
Whoa.
And so I'm back in Australia, obviously. You just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah. So a few years back now, but yeah.
That is an incredible experience to live through, honestly.
That's going to be one of the more wild stories we've had, right? Someone got petrol bombed.
Petrol bombed.
Oh, well, Ange, I'm so happy you're okay. Thank you for giving us a buzz. Mel in Sydney, we're testing our BS meter. Tell us your story.
Okay, I was scuba diving in the Barrier Reef, and when I came up, the boat that had taken us out there had gone. So I had to bob around for 2 hours waiting till they came back.
I mean, that does happen, right? You see stories about that.
There's that movie as well with the couple that get
Open
left out
water.
there. Yeah, and is that a true story? Did someone
Based on
die?
true- yes.
Yeah.
Imagine
wow.
it was based on Mel.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get the BS meter out and see. We think you're telling the truth.
False. It's a lie.
She got us.
You'd just seen Open Water. You were giving us the bloody movie. So that's anyone could have called up and said, yeah, like I was at a restaurant and then the chef took his hat off and there was a rat under there making the dinner. And we would go, oh, that's like Ratatouille. That's happened before. We should have known.
Mel, well done. You did trick us with the BS meter. And as promised, you got yourself 12 months worth of KO.
Oh, thank you. Woo!
No worries. Have a great night.
Look over there. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Balrog. Oh, no, it's just Ben Lehman Bell. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
Last week, Sarah Jessica Parker came out and said she reads 2 books a day. And we're like, there's absolutely no way. This week she said, I've actually never watched that show I'm in, Sex and the City. And guess what? I got the BS meter out here.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
It's going off again. That's why we want to do this. Call up 13 24 10. Tell Ben and myself a story. You could be completely making the whole thing up, or maybe you're telling the truth. It's up to us to decide. This is always good fun.
I was in Cambodia on a holiday. I had a very upset stomach, so I went racing into the toilet. As I sat down quickly, the old fella whipped up and got sandwiched between the seat and the porcelain.
Now, I think we believe you.
You're right. When you got 120 kilos sitting on the tip of your old fella, you certainly know about it.
So I won 1.6 million on Powerball 9 years ago.
Oh!
We reckon you're telling the truth.
Yes, there were 22 of us. We got 76,000 each.
When I thought you'd won 1.6, I'm like, that's 70 grand. That's chump change. We'll win 70 grand.
Me and a mate see a tour bus. It's got Guy Sebastian's face on it outside a pub. We took all the caps off the tyres. We run into my mate's house. I'm knocking on the door is Guy Sebastian himself.
You stole the caps off of his tour bus, ran away, he chased you, came to your house to get them back, and then signed an album.
Yes.
That is a couple of examples of stories people have told us. I would say 4 out of 5 times we get it right.
Yeah. No, we've got a pretty good BS meter, that's for sure.
If you think you can deceive us, trick us with your story, 13 24 10. It could be an incredible story that is true. It could be a story you have completely made up. If you can trick us, we have got prizes up our sleeves to give away. 13 24 10 is our number. We play next.
The way you said that sounds like we've got some prizes hidden up somewhere else as well.
That's where I kind of was going back to. Ali in Barizzi, hit us with your story.
Hey, a few years ago, we were on holidays in Rome, and we were staying in the same hotel as Adam Sandler. And we saw him in the lobby, and we followed him around. And then that night, we saw him again, and we had a chat with him, and we got his autograph.
I've got a gut feeling about this one.
Yeah.
I think the whole story is true. I think you did stay there. I think you did see Adam Sandler, but I don't reckon you got his autograph.
What hotel were you staying at, Ali?
I can't remember the name. It was in the Central, though, near Monty.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's BS.
Oh, yeah, so I was actually living in Rome, and he was in Rome, but we weren't staying in this hotel.
Yeah, fair enough. I liked it. And look, sometimes the best lies are quite close to the truth.
Yep.
So look, there was, it was hard to pick up on the scent, but as we said, we're pretty well experienced with this. We think we have a good BS meter. Let's speak to Kate in Sydney. We'll find out if her story is true or false. What happened?
Well, a few years ago, I managed to get home from Barcelona to Australia with no money and no passport.
So how did you do that?
Well, I got pickpocketed the night before I left, and I contacted the embassy, the Australian embassy, and they gave me an email with my passport, a copy of my passport. And then I called the airline and I said, if you fly me back to Australia, the embassy Australia will let me in. And I told the embassy that if they gave me a copy of my passport, that the airline would fly me, and it all matched up. And I managed to get back.
What about what was your connecting flight? Where did you go through? Was it Doha? Was it
Dubai? I was with Emirates, and I went through Dubai.
Okay, yep, that checks out. So, and what about at the gates? Because you know how they have those e-gates sometimes you got to scan to get through. Did you have to explain?
Yeah, well,
how
I
did
got
you do
back
that?
into Melbourne, so obviously couldn't get back through the e-gate. They said, where's your passport? I said, it got stolen. So then they took the copy of my passport and they asked me a few questions, and then they said, welcome home.
Yeah, I'm going to get the BS meter out on this one. Kate, we reckon you're telling the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, we're on tonight.
Okay, I like it. It's a good story though, Kate. I mean, getting all the way from Barcelona to Melbourne without a passport.
And no money as well.
Yeah, wild. Lara joins us now in Melbourne. We're on a bit of a hot streak, so I'm going to be really annoyed if you get one over us. But what's your story?
A plane landed in my house.
Whoa! I mean, obviously not like a commercial airline. What type of plane was it?
Just a 9-seater flight plane for overnight sound and light or something tour, I think it's called.
And when you say it landed in your house, do you mean in your backyard?
No, literally landed in the front yard and half through the lounge room.
And was anyone injured?
No, 9 people on the plane, and my nana was home at the time in the lounge room, and not one person was
Nana was just watching TV going, wow, this Dolby surround system is incredible. Watching Top Gun.
Jeez, I don't know. I could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good story, isn't it? And we're on such a hot streak, and it'd be such a shame to get it wrong now. But imagine that. Nana's in the lounge room. A 9-seater airplane crashes through. No one is injured. I mean, surely it would have been in the news at the time, but this could have been 20 years ago. We don't know.
I feel like this is one of those ones where it's a semi-true one and they've tweaked a detail, but you did tell it super confidently.
I know, right?
I'd be real pissed off if you're like, it wasn't Nana, it was Grandale. Or something.
Something like that. You know what?
Small detail.
We're going to get the BS meter out. I think, Clara, that you are telling the truth.
Certainly am.
Yeah! 3 for 3.
When was this, Lara? When did this happen?
About 1989 or something around like that.
Whoa!
From Essendon Fields Airport.
That is nuts.
That is a great story.
That is such a good story. That is the magic of BS meter. It's like, whether you're telling the truth or not, either way, we're all having a good time here.
Yeah.
We're getting great stories.
Look, if you ever have a BS story that you want to share with us, call us 13 24 10.
The Ben, Liam and Bell podcast. Wait, is Liam that guy from TikTok?
Super simple. You tell a story, 13 24 10. If you can trick us, you're walking away with Guzmani Gomez. They only serve 100% free-range chicken, and their delicious Guerrero marinade caramelizes on the grill for the perfect char. Try it today.
The BS meter is fun. Call up, you tell us a story. You could be just making the whole thing up, or it could just be genuinely a good story. Either way, the stories are going to be good, you know?
13 24 10. Asha, good evening. Tell us your story.
So last year I was chatting to this guy that I met on Hinge. Everything was going good, and then we planned a date and everything, and as it got closer to the date, he kind of ghosted me, and I was like, oh, well, his loss, it's fine. And then I was scrolling through TikTok a couple days afterwards, and he was in the trailer for the show F-Boy Island with Abby Chatfield.
Well, let's get the BS meter out for this one.
I reckon you're telling the truth.
Yeah, so dodged a bullet with that one.
But you experienced the F-Boy
What
firsthand.
makes it worse is that literally a week ago matched, he liked my profile on Hinge again. And I matched with him and I was like, oh, fancy seeing you here. And he didn't remember me.
Well, that's what F-boys do. They F, you know.
Asha, thank you very much. We are testing out the BS meter tonight. 13 24 10 is our number. You give us a buzz and tell us a story. Maybe it's true, maybe it's BS. If you can trick us, you're walking away with dinner on us. Jason in Sydney, hit us with your story.
What's going on, boys? I got a big stick up.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, guys, how are we?
Good, mate.
Good.
That's good. So, first game of the season, footy, we went out. I got the win, so I went out that night. I picked up a bird. That week later, I completely ghosted her. Second game, I busted my arm. Went into hospital to get it put cast on, and she was the one that was the one to put the cast on.
All right, well, we'll get the BS meter out on this one. Yeah. Let's see if you're telling the truth. I reckon you're telling the truth, Jason.
Nah, completely false.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So you made that up completely.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for that bird then, eh?
Well, you have got some Mexican food out of it, so it has served you well. But there you go.
Good on you,
mate. Thank
mate.
you, Jason. Karen joins us now in Melbourne. We've got our BS meter out here. Give us your story.
All right, my story, overseas trip, get to our first port for a night and it's bunk beds. My husband pulls up the mattress and finds a box of 33s or 22 big bullets underneath the mattress.
Whoa.
Big box of bullets.
Sorry, was that on a cruise ship or was that at a hotel?
No, it was actually a hotel.
At
it was
a
in Sweden.
hotel. I mean, you would get some pretty wild stuff in hotels, right?
And bullets feels very specific.
I don't know. Should we get the BS meter out here? I think it's too specific. I think you're telling the truth.
I am bloody well telling the truth.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
Yeah, felt
What did you do?
absolutely.
Well, first of all, went across sports and alcohol and drank it, and then took it to the actual reception and said, "Oh, by the way, we found that." And he goes, "Oh, the Swiss Army's been here. Thank you." So we shit ourselves for a couple of hours drinking before we went over
You probably
there.
should have done the bullets, return them first, and then got the booze.
we just got really drunk and then started like throwing the bullets around the room. Like, what? Emma in Sydney, what's your story?
Hey guys and girl, I got
Very good.
I got married, and 16 days later, his mistress rocked up on my doorstep.
Whoa. So, okay, and then what happened then? I mean, it all blow up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it all blew up, and then we got divorced.
I mean, unless you're a very good actor, I'm getting the BS meter out, I can hear the pain in your voice. You're telling the truth, right?
I am telling the truth, but I assure you there is no pain.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Cool.
Emma, oh my gosh. So hang on, how long were you married for?
16 days.
And how long had you been together before that?
Like 18 months, I think. So it was short, maybe 2 years. So
And
it wasn't like long.
How long, sorry to cut you off, how long had he and the mistress been together for?
I mean, who knows the truth, but about a month.
Oh.
Emma, I'm so
I
sorry.
mean, who's starting a relationship with someone the same month they're getting married? Like, that's wild.
Men are pigs, hey?
Men are pigs.
Yeah.
We've always said that on this show. Thanks, Emma.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben Lehman Bell Podcast.
The BS meter. We test it every week. It's in good condition at the moment, actually. 13, 24, 10. If you've got a story, whether it's true or completely made up, false, we'll try and work it out. And I don't care if you want to make something up. Like, that's okay. In fact, I always get a bit of a kick when someone's completely made something up and it gets past us.
Yeah, when we say true and they go, no, I made it up. That's fun.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, 13 24 10, give us a buzz. Our favourite caller tonight will be walking away with dinner on us.
All right, let's go. Casey first. Hit us with your story.
So I won 1.6 million on Powerball 9 years ago.
Oh, Case. That's unbelievable.
I think she's telling the truth, right?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but people win Powerball all the time.
Get the BS meter out.
All right, here we go. We reckon you're telling the truth.
Yes.
Unreal. What did you do with the money?
Yeah, well, there were 22 of us. We all put $5 in together and bought a ticket. So we shared it. We got 76,000 each. But it was 1.6 million that we collected all up.
Yeah, I mean, you tell the story really well because it hooks you in with the 1.6.
Yeah, and look, 70 grand, that's great, Casey. But when I thought you'd won 1.6, I'm like, 70 grand, that's chump change. We'll win 70 grand.
All right, keep your calls coming through. 13 24 10 is our number. Tell us a story. Could be BS, could be true. If you can trick us, you're walking away with dinner on us. Plus, you go in the draw to win a $2,500 laptop.
Sam in Melbourne, what's your yarn, mate?
A bit of a time back, I went to a book launch for Sir Edmund Hillary, and I got my book signed by him and shook his hand.
So he did Everest, right? First to do Everest?
Yep, he was the first man to scale.
First man to do Everest.
Wow.
I feel like he would have a book, and I feel like he would do book signings.
I think, Sam, that's a very believable story.
But it could just be, you know what I mean? She could have just pulled it out of nowhere. It's
Totally.
Like, who's a figure to, you know?
Sam, when did you say this happened?
Oh, about 20 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
All right, well, look, let's get the BS meter out. We think you are telling the truth, Sam.
I am, and he's a wonderful man.
Have you done it yourself? You done Everest?
I've been to base camp a few times.
It's pretty good. You thinking about doing the whole hog? Would you ever do it?
I want to do the Great Himalayan Trail. After meeting Sir Edmund Hillary, he inspired me to actually go to Nepal.
Nice.
Love
Well,
it.
you've shook his hand, so maybe a bit of him is in you now.
Yeah, maybe.
Amazing, Sam. All right, Tim, we're doing the BS meter. Tell us your story.
Oh, g'day, guys. I used to work for a police tactical group, and I got told to put all the gear in the car for on-call overnight, and I drove out of the building and unfortunately left the sniper rifles on top of the vehicle, and they fell out onto one of the main roads, and I drove home.
So and you said you used to, and I'm assuming you would have been fired if this is something that you actually did. So you accidentally left some sniper rifles on a public road.
Yes, not accidentally, yes.
Yeah.
And so how long after
Yes, I did.
you started driving did you realise that you'd left them on the roof?
I got into work the next day and got told what had happened, and it was just luck that not too long after I left, one of the other vehicles left and saw them in the gutter.
All right.
It's such a great story.
We're getting the BS meter out now. Let's see.
I reckon it's BS.
Bullshit.
What is it, Tim?
Yep.
It's BS?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a good story. I don't know where you pulled that from, but I really enjoyed it regardless. But there you go. It was BS. It didn't happen. Ash in Sydney, tell us your story.
Hey guys, so I was on a work trip. So when you fly internationally from Sydney to Munich, you fly business class, and I got upgraded to first class because I was a Qantas frequent flyer. And on the flight, I actually saw Nicole Kidman.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, Kidman,
Yeah,
you could
but-
see she's Qantas. She would be a first-class passenger.
Yeah, but then it's also such an easy thing to make up as well, you know? So
Look, we're on a hot streak tonight.
Yeah.
We're going for 3 for 3. Let's
Yeah.
get the BS meter out. We think you're telling the truth, Ash.
I was bullshitting.
Did you even fly first class?
I did, but I'm a concern.
Oh, so that's the best lies are like hidden in truth. Was there anyone even remotely cool up there in first class?
No.
No, not at all. Yeah.
And that's it. Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.